think we should start by saying first off, we love the show. Puts the MCU and the DCU to shame. It's 10 times more interesting universe in my opinion.
Yeah, this needs to take over. This needs to be like the new MCU, and we hope that they pump as much money into this as possible because it would be sick if the CGI was just up to a Warner Brothers or MCU standard because it deserves to be. And honestly, those other shows just kind of need to just fall off by now.
I fully agree. I think this commands that kind of investment. They have something really really special here. Like I said, the universe is really, really interesting. I'd like to see them take this pretty far. I want movies potentially. I mean, I like I said, I just think this is new and mostly unexplored. So there's a lot they can do here.
We were just disappointed, and we've kind of been seeing online other people are. It's not that we will not be watching the show. It's just that if you have Soldier Boy and Homelander meet, is kind of we kind of expected more than what we got, and
Yeah,
we have theories to why they probably went this way. But they had like a really awesome opportunity, and I think so. We have like a lot of theories as to why maybe they ended it this way. I think they're heading towards a mentality of stringing out the season, so because they have so much more in mind, and since everybody's watching it, I feel like they made a different decision about how they're going to go about this.
hmm
But we kind of hope to see more. We kind of like so like Maeve comes back to life. Basically, nobody died except Noir, and it was actually we kind of like the way the show is just it's very shocking, who they decide to kill, and we were expecting some major character to just you know
yeah,
have some die or something, but it ended up being everybody's alive, and that was kind of like disappointing, or some major consequence needed to happen. uh but no, it was yeah, it was a little disappointing.
a little lackluster. Yeah, it just seemed like they tried to please everybody. Right, everybody pretty much stays alive. I really thought there was a missed opportunity to use Soldier Boy in an effective way. I mean, the fact that his ability like takes away powers and then like it happens to Maeve, and Maeve just didn't really want her powers anyway. She just wanted to be free, so it's just like she just gets what she wants. So it's like that's how they decided to use that power. Is like the person that doesn't care about powers like loses them essentially. It's like I thought he definitely should have blasted Homelander, and then he's got to live with no powers, for a little bit, and then maybe in the next season he comes back stronger than ever or something. To me that made sense. I thought that's where they were going to go with it.
Yeah.
And then I guess I mean I was pretty disappointed with the fact that like you said, it's like they have Soldier Boy and Homelander meeting again. They didn't really get to duke it out in full force. I felt in the first fight. So they're meeting again, and then somehow the way they wrote this, it's like they don't actually end up fighting. You get this big showdown. Everyone's looking forward to it, and then Homelander and Soldier Boy actually aren't even fighting. It's all the side characters fighting them. You got Soldier Boy in the studio 1v6ing by himself, and then you have this weird thing where Homelander can't get past Maeve in a closet somewhere. Like it's like it just doesn't even make sense. I'm just surprised that they weren't able to make those two, or maybe pump more money into the CGI and make the fight more centered around them. Like how the fight should have went down, in my opinion, is Homelander and Soldier Boy are fighting for whatever reason, and everyone else is just clearing out because everyone's going to die that's around them because these two are very clearly stronger than the rest, and you just didn't really get that sense. I haven't.
It's yeah,
Yeah, go
it
ahead.
seems that they are diminishing Homelander. By far, I think, and my favorite part of the show, and I think everybody else's, is honestly Homelander's character. He's the most interesting, and Soldier Boy was also just becoming very interesting, a really awesome character. Um, but like they're in this fight, it kind of diminished both of them,
Yeah, they
and
they
they,
nerfed Homelander and Soldier Boy to prop up all the side characters. Um, yeah, keep going.
I just wanted to see, like, there was a missed opportunity there with we were expecting some kind of showdown because he was like the way he had A Train and he was talking to the Deep and he was kind of just completely disowning them. I kind of wanted to see, and maybe this would have been too much to handle like CGI wise, but like I wanted people to like really just all be against Homelander or both of them. But that didn't end up happening.
Mm-hmm.
And it needs to be obvious that like if he's in the room with you, then like you're afraid, and like humans kind of just need to clear out. But it's kind of like everybody's like free to fight. They're trying to give everybody um a
A
light,
spotlight.
basically. They're
Yeah.
giving everybody a spotlight, and it's kind of really hard to do that when the stakes are so high.
it it's diminishing the main characters, which the main power characters in my opinion, which are Homelander and Soldier Boy. It's like they need to be propped up. They need to be seen as superior, like vastly superior. I mean, in this scene or this finale, you know, you don't even really get to see Soldier Boy. He never even gets his power off. Homelander has yet to, in this entire show, go like full on nuclear, like Sun Dip Superman or something like that. Like he's never been like just supercharged. He's never taken V or something like that. Like I want to see him just on steroids, and we haven't gotten to see either one of them, you know, at that point. And I think
Hmm.
it's important in the next season to show that, because people need to start fearing Homelander again. And I feel like, you know, you brought this up, but you don't like the way that Homelander is able to get held down by just three, like, you know, people taking the temporary V. Same thing with Soldier Boy. He's able to just get held down by um
Yeah, all of
what
them.
two
No,
soups and
I don't I
like,
want that to be completely impossible. Like
yeah.
I mean, maybe for a moment, but you know, needs to be able to throw you across the room.
Yeah, one thing I thought that was weird is they had that like side plot where MM's getting the gas, you know, at Frenchie or whatever to like gas Soldier Boy. And it's like at the end, he's able to somehow help holding Soldier Boy down, which is dumb. He's a human. He needs to just clear out, get the fuck out of there. But then also the gas doesn't do anything. He doesn't put him to sleep. He still like blows up, I guess. And then it's like, I thought that was an opportunity if they put him to sleep, to where it's like Homelander still has feelings for Soldier Boy, and he comes out and be like, "What did you do?" You know, kind of thing. And then he goes nuclear or something like that. But it's just like they somehow avoided having both of those characters go full on with their superpowers. To me, that was just a total missed opportunity.
Yeah, that's
Um,
a result of them trying to give those characters a place, but they didn't think it out enough. Um, so like there's a lot of inconsistencies, not with the villains. Honestly, the villains are the most interesting and consistent characters. They match up with their own insecurities. Even Soldier Boy kind of stayed true to that. But people like Bush and honestly all the other ones, they keep flip flopping and their motives don't make any sense. And a really clear example of that is Butch in this scene. His main enemy is Homelander, but all of a sudden he does side with the kid and decides to, almost in this awkward, moment, them working together. I don't think that makes any sense. Butch needs to be after Homelander, his priority. Now he can protect the kid for a moment, but his priority should be what Maeve was. Like they should be aligned in their thinking, and they're definitely going after Homelander. So I don't know why they decided to go with this. I think it's just a result of them trying to string along the show, which is obviously I want the show to keep going completely. I think that maybe they don't want the world to like, because if they did give this a showdown and Soldier Boy and Homelander were like catastrophically fighting each other, I guess the fear would be that the entire world would kind of end up there's no excuse for it, and it would just kind of be obvious that superheroes are the problem. But I think they could have spun it in a way that like they do continue. The world still like loves superheroes. If they just had the fight maybe somewhere else other than the tower, or just managed to make Soldier Boy the villain like they did. Actually, they probably could have gotten away with it. So, but like, there's a Huey, Starlight, MM's probably the only consistent human character there is, or on the good side, quote
yeah.
unquote. But honestly, even Huey, they're all very much like, I don't know. I don't feel like they're consistent, and I can literally empathize more with the villains than I can with the freaking humans, which is really weird. They're kind of just wrote in there to have a reaction to the world that's going on. And honestly, I think so. The next season is probably going to be like political, and that's going to be, I think that actually might show why they're doing this. I'm talking a lot. Do you have anything to say?
No, no, you're good. Yeah, I agree what you said about Butch earlier. I feel like that scene where he protects the kid. It's like in like a couple episodes ago or something. He like said he didn't give a shit about the kid, or like, you know, you killed my wife or something like that. And it's like the Butch, like I know from the previous episodes, wouldn't have given a shit that the kid was in the way. He's gonna still go after Homelander. Instead, you have Maeve taking up the mantle. That's like still like, no, you know, she's still going after Homelander. Like she's committed. And then even Soldier Boy, interestingly enough, he's still like everyone thought he was going to side with Homelander there because they're related and stuff, but it's like he was still going to kill Homelander.
Yeah, that was very weird because even before the fight, they decided to go after Soldier Boy, and it didn't really make any sense. Even at that time, Soldier Boy is actually more consistent. Homelander still, he could flip on a dime. So in that case, he still is more of a threat.
Right.
I don't like the way Maeve didn't die because now they just diminished his power or whatever, and they did it to Homelander too. But that's kind of, I don't know what they're going to do because they put Soldier Boy back in captivity, and it's kind of like, what are they going to do? They're going to restart the same story again, the same plot line. I just feel like they kind of needed to end it.
Yeah.
So I don't know where they're going with
They,
that.
they, I thought it was pretty weak. I mean, like you see him there taken by that CIA lady, I guess, or whatever. It's like he's just essentially put on ice. Same thing with Maeve. I don't know. They can stow them away forever now, and just like I don't really know how they're going to use them again. But you almost know that they're certainly going to be back at some point. I just felt like this was kind of a weak finale. Didn't get to see the showdown we wanted to between Homelander and Soldier Boy. I actually thought an interesting thing would have been like if Soldier Boy, Homelander, and the Kid all worked together and they were fighting everybody, because they could take on everybody, just them three. So I thought maybe something like that might happen. But that didn't happen. That whole thing with Starlight getting supercharged there, I fucking knew that was going to happen. But her power is pretty fucking lame. I guess you find out she fly.
Pushed him back for a second.
Yeah, she just pushed him back, and he's not really, I guess, hurt. I mean, her power's weird. It's just like she just throws light at people, and they get like thrown back by it or something. I don't know. But then she can break like steel doors and shit, and like her power's like I don't really know where she stands.
Strength and that they're two different things, really.
The way she uses light is weird. It's like I don't really know where it fits in like the power hierarchy, but
yeah, they haven't really. Yeah, I guess they're showing that she can be powerful. I think it's possible that they're thinking of this season and they're thinking way far ahead, and maybe we are looking at it just from this perspective. I guess the most optimistic way of thinking about it is that the next season is probably, and I don't really like this, but this is kind of how I think it's going to go with it. I think they're going to make the little kid probably the villain in the next season. I think he's going to be, or an anti-hero for some degree, and that's probably why Butch needed to focus on protecting him more, because it's more about setting up the next season. Because Homelander is represented as Trump, obviously, in this show, and so I think it's easier for them to go a political route, which I think is hilarious still. And they basically at the end of the season, you see him, kill somebody, and then they're all in support of him. So we have our theories about what they're going to do in the next thing. So the Congresswoman, we think she's going to take the place of the presidency. But
she's
I
gonna
think
pop the
somehow
running guy's head. She becomes president. Homelander can't die to her, right? Because she can't pop his head. So he just kills her, and somehow or some way, I think Homelander's gonna end up being president. It makes sense to me because at the end of that last scene, you have all the Trumpers essentially, or they're the people that are on Homelander's side, like going crazy for him, and they're totally cool with the fact that he just killed that libtard, as they call that person. In front of everybody, like they were all cool with that, and it just, this show really tries to like mirror like our society in some ways. So I don't know. I see it being President Homelander in the next season.
Yeah, but the only concern I have is they're diminishing Homelander. I think his son's going to just, obviously he's more powerful, and I think he's going to lose control of his own son and eventually kind of want him dead. And I think maybe Soldier Boy might come into the hands of Breaking Bad boss guy. I forget what his name is, but I think he's going to end up having him on his side. That's probably how they're going to bring him back into the story.
Gus or whatever from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I think Gus is like, that's the only way I think he could save Soldier Boy's character a little bit, is kind of bring him back into the story. And he's going to be used as a weapon against whoever they want. So I don't know. We'll see where that goes.
Yeah.
But I hope they don't string it along in a way that like they lose people. They do need to still have that shock value, and they're kind of losing that if you just always save every main character. I don't think that you can do that with everybody, and
I think Huey or Starlight or honestly any one of the boys could die and the show would still go on. I think the boys are getting too crowded. Starlight's one of them now, at the end of this season. Somebody on that side's going to die. I don't know who it's going to be, but they're definitely going to kill one of them in the next season. They have to.
Yeah, the most interesting characters are the villains. I think probably everybody
For
can
sure.
agree.
Yeah. All right. Probably gonna wrap it up there. If you guys like the video, like, subscribe. We're really close to 1,000. Let's fucking get there. Let's get there. Anything else you want to say, Daniel?
No, I'm looking forward to the next season, see what they come up with.
Yeah,
This,
yeah, I'm
like I
excited.
said,
Sucks we
I
have to
wish
wait a
this
year.
was way more popular than the MCU. I mean, Amazon just pump all the money you can. Like,
Yeah, seriously.
we want to see
Spend
some
as
Warner
much as you
Brother
can.
fucking
Yeah.
CGI suit. Like, I literally want to see him be like Superman, and like just
Mm-hmm.
Homelander or whatever.
Mm-hmm. For sure.